What is up, everybody? The History Guy here, ready to continue with this No Infantry campaign challenge on the Confederate side of Ultimate General Civil War. And for two questions that commonly get asked. Number one, how do I find the beginning of this series? There's a link in the description below that will take you back to the first episode to get you caught up. The second thing is, I often get asked about whether or not I'm running any mods, and yes, I am running what is called the JNP Rebalance mod. If you see Panda Kraut commenting on these videos, as he often does, he's a real expert on this game, and he helped develop that mod, did a great job with it, and that is what I'm using here. So, with that said, we are going into the first Battle of Franklin, which historically was a really minor battle that only saw a little over 200 casualties combined. It's certainly not going to look like that here. This is the army that I can take, 14 brigades, taking a ton of artillery and skirmishers. So we've got the Anzac Diggers, which is our big 20-pounder Parrott unit, which has caused 10,000 kills and has yet to lose a man. Our 10-pounder Blakeleys that we're going to take in. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about this a little bit. Not entirely sure that's who I want to take. I think I'd rather have another unit of... Where are they at? Another unit of 10-pounder Parrotts. So let's do that. Or these 14-pounder James. No, actually, you know what? Where are my Whitworths? I have a unit of Whitworths, and those are pretty good at long range as well. So I think we'll take those into this battle. And then other than that, I'll just show you real quick what it is that I have for this one. I thought I had Whitworths. Maybe I don't. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 units of sharpshooters. We've got Sweets, West Virginia cavalry. We've got a couple of units of skirmishers, 95th Rifles, SEMs, and then O'Hare's Ohio Outlaws, which is our 24-pounder howitzer unit. We've got a bunch of 10-pounder Parrotts. I really desperately wish I had more than 5 of these 4-inch siege guns because they're fantastic. But that's what we're going to take into this fight. And we're going to do that against, let's see how many men we're facing. Going up against 17,038 guns, which we are going to neutralize those guns just as quickly as possible. We're only going to take in 7,000 men, but I think that's going to be enough to do this job and do it well. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're facing. A really small map. It's very dark to begin with until daylight happens. We're charging a fortified, hilly position, but I'm not too worried about that. So we'll lead with our skirmishers out front. SEMs and 95th Rifles, followed by the sharpshooters, and then we'll bring in the artillery as we go, and hopefully daylight will eventually break. Oh, my son just signed in on the other computer, which means I have to do that. There we go. So we've got to cross a couple of bodies of water here, and I'm sure he's going to have skirmishers somewhere. No, maybe not. Looks like that's the first we're going to face. So we're going to kind of keep the artillery up the center. Let's get Davis up there. And we'll stay out of range of his infantry as best I can. The only concern I have for my sharpshooters is, of course, the artillery. So the quicker I can neutralize that artillery with all of my long-range guns, then the better off I'll be for bringing my skirmishers up, my sharpshooters up, to start picking off his units that are in these fortified positions. Here's these batteries I got to take out. Hopefully I can get the batteries to focus on these skirmisher units. You can see every single unit I have in this battle is 2 stars. I'll hopefully very soon start getting some 3-star units. I would imagine by the time we're done with Chancellorsville, we should have our first 3-star units. It's going to take a little while to get the artillery up. So let's go ahead and speed things along. The objectives are right there. So you can see already getting nice numbers of kills, and he's completely powerless to do anything about it except for with his artillery. So here's Ohio Outlaws. I will move up closer as soon as I get his artillery neutralized. Especially these 20-pounders. I can get them firing on those guns. This is the trouble for him with a static kind of fortified position that he has. Yeah, there's no reason for him to do anything but sit there, but by just sitting there, he can't fire back. Oh, look at that. He does have skirmishers coming across. Oh, these guys are a little out of range. Now we wait. I've lost one man. We've inflicted 3,000 casualties already. Oh, this is awesome. The only men we're losing right now is in this artillery unit. I'm actually going to scoot these guys up a little bit. Very quickly neutralizing his artillery. We already wipe out one battery? I guess so. That's amazing. Now we'll take out the other, and then we can start concentrating on his infantry. He's still got, alright, we wiped out that battery. He's got another one back here. There we go. We've pretty well driven him off from the initial front lines. So now we'll move up. He's probably going to try to come back and occupy those again. And we'll let him do that, but we'll take advantage of the opportunity to move the guns up. Oh, hello. He's got a unit right here. Let's drive them off before they cause too many casualties. This is fun. I'm definitely going to take advantage of rifled artillery and sharpshooters much more in my new regular campaign, the live stream campaign that I'm doing on the Union side on legendary mode. Oh, hello. Alright, so we've lost 43 men, 33 men. Taking out 5,000, wiped him down all the way to just 12 units of artillery, or 12 guns, which I think should now be in range for these siege guns. Look at all the blue laying here. Keep leapfrogging the artillery. Don't worry, sweets. I will find a use for you yet, sir. Actually, we have one over here. We've got a unit isolated over here. Not sure where he went. That'll be the end of those guys. They'll either break or surrender. Nice. All right, let's send them to the rear. Lost 111 men. Okay, we've secured the objective. I don't know if this one's going to immediately tick off when we get to the end of that 30 minutes. I left my supplies behind. Need those. We're going to start closing him into the corner. Hopefully we can make the most of that before the game ends. Artillery just can't keep up with how fast we're pushing back the line. Oh, he just got reinforcements. Look at that. Bunch of mounted infantry. Gonna take some fire from Gilbert and Atkins, but that's okay. We'll wipe out Crook pretty fast, and then we'll move over to Gilbert. Gotta be careful here. I'm losing a lot of men. All right, maybe not. Maybe not a good idea. We did get Crook, but he's gonna end up re-surrendering to the other side. Oh, guy tried to charge my sharpshooters and he got wiped out of existence because of it. We'll let Sweets recover a little bit before we send him back in. Finally, my artillery's catching up. We'll see if it lets it go beyond these next 2 minutes. Yeah, looks like we might be able to for a little while. Let's get everybody resupplied. I'm getting them pushed up into the corner now. Except for these couple of units out here. I'm going to push SEMs over that way to hold them at bay. Okay, these units are now all starting to get close to that breaking point where they get down around 300 or so and they dissolve. They gotta be careful guarding the rear. He's gonna try to come around and hit the objective from the rear. artillery up on this hill. I think we wiped out a unit. And we're about to do it again. There goes Smith. Alright, let's wipe out this unit here. He's down to 3,870 men. I'm just going to take out those supplies because I don't think I'm going to be able to capture them. Can't really get close enough. At least not yet. I might be able to grab these ones. That just leaves his units here. Just one unit left. I probably won't even get my cavalry in there before they're done. That's it. All right. That might be the most one-sided battle I've ever had. Lost less than 500 men. Completely annihilated his army. Even though I was outnumbered 2-1, that shows you the power of the long-range weapons and the accuracy, which I've focused on repeatedly with all of my upgrades. I've been focusing on accuracy with my artillery, focusing on accuracy with my foot soldiers. So every chance I get, I go for the most accurate weapons, the most accurate perks. And it's paying off big time in situations like that where he's just sitting still and has nowhere to go. Going to put another point in logistics. Our next battle is going to be Rio Hill, and then we'll be on to Chancellorsville, which I expect to be a difficult one. I'm curious, like, if the battle were fought right now, what the numbers would look like. He's got 81,000 men. That's going to be interesting. But again, I think my artillery, if I can keep them close, because this is a battle where once you get into a certain position, things stay pretty well static. I'm not going to be pursuing him across a battlefield, so I think that'll help with that. We haven't quite hit 3 stars with anybody yet, but we've got to be getting close. Anzac Diggers are not quite there yet. Garnett's brigade is getting super close to 3 stars. So is this skirmisher unit. Sweet's got a while yet. These 4-inch siege guns, man, if I could have 12 of those and they were 3 stars, how incredible would that be? This unit's really, really close to 3 stars. So is this one. My skirmishers are all going to be getting there soon. I cannot wait for that. So use the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts, and then we will come back with the Battle of Rio Hill sometime later on in the week. Thanks for watching.